It is the 12th of August, 2019. It's been 29 years, 11 months, and 17 days since I masturbated or had an affair. This is another slogan, a relational slogan. It's called Keep an Open Mind. I had a very closed mind. Nobody could have told me that because I was very liberal. Actually, I was radical as a youth. And so I confused being liberal with being open-minded. And they were very, very different things. And how I learned that I was closed-minded was I walked into an AA meeting in June of 1980, and I saw the word God written on the wall in the third step. We turn our lives and our wills over to the care of God. And I said, no, I'm not believing a lie because I believe in truth. And I'm not going to believe a lie just so I can, be a member of this group and get sober. And so for a year, I stayed drunk again. And I came back, like I said in one of these other videos, I said, I'll sing in the choir if you guys will let me in the door. Because something became really obvious to me. They were sober, and I couldn't stop drinking. And it ended all the arguments. If you have any problem listening to what somebody who's got more experience, strength, and hope than you, ask yourself, am I sober? Or are they sober? And because it's my best thinking that got me here. My very best thinking got me all hooked up with all kinds of sexual behavior and food behaviors that were not good for me. And so I need to let that go and have an open mind. I need to listen to other people's ideas, and that's really hard for an addict. I got a guy I'm working with right now, and he needed to go to a meeting, but it was in a church, and he just, I'm not going to a church, I'm not going to a church, and he finally, things that got so bad, he finally went to the church where the meeting was. The meeting was just in a church. It had nothing to do with the church. And he finally got in the meeting, and he said, well, everybody's old. I can't relate to them. They're all old. I said, man, you got to get over that ageism. You got to have to get over. You have to open your mind. I had to open my mind to a lot of things. Like I had to open my mind to the thought of going to 90 and 90 meetings in 90 days. I had to open my mind that I might be doing something crazy. And like crazy doesn't mean you got a syringe in your arm going, ooh, that's not what it means. It means doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's what craziness is. Or the other definition of our craziness is lack of perspective. We get so anxious about little stuff because we've lost perspective on our recovery. And to be restored to sanity, I had to first admit I was insane in that regard. I was insane because I was anxious all the time. And I was insane because I kept doing the same thing over. I kept drinking and thinking I wouldn't get hungover. That's not sane. And so I had to open my mind up that I needed to be restored to sanity. I had to open my mind up to service, that might be a good idea to try to help another human being. I wasn't involved with hurting other people, but it just never occurred to me when I was drinking to stop and try to help someone. Now I would codependently caretake them, try to manage them, but that wasn't service. Very, very different. So I had to open my mind to service and open my mind to prayer and open my mind to meditation. And then I got a decent life, I'm having a baby in under 4 weeks. I got married here, 9 months ago. I got a new business startup that I'm really loving. Now, I've been in the same business for 51 years, but it's very, very different the last 6 months. And look at me, man. I'm gonna be 65 next month. But the reason I did was because I was open-minded to what other men had to teach me. That's the reason.